Hey guys, what's going on? B here. Welcome back to the TimeShot server. I hope you had a great weekend. Let me know in the comment sections what you got to do, even if you just sat around and ate cheesies and defended yourself against the cheesies dust monster. One of the most evil villains in the world. We're going to be working on a new structure, guys, not on this base. On the outside. I'm going to talk to you guys about my plan. And while I'm building, actually I built some of it, we're going to be talking about my college experience. But before we do that, here we go. So you guys know I want to extend this pathway out yonder. So we're going to take out these bushes. I want this path to link up to the bridge we got around the back. So I'll terraform around here later on, maybe off camera. And along the pathway, I kind of want to have these structures, these unique buildings, so it kind of looks like a town on the top of the mountain, which should turn out pretty cool. And then we get to just play around with shapes and stuff. So I've got an idea I want to do for this one. You can kind of see the way it turned out. I'm just fiddling around with the base. I don't know if I like what I'm doing here. I might come back and just demolish it all and rework it, because something about it looks kind of janky, and I'm not too pleased. I don't know why. Oh well, whatever. We'll work with it. Anyway, guys, so a lot of you know on Monday I had a canceled. If you follow me on Twitter, anyway, I had a canceled class. So if you've been around the channel, you know I've been complaining about my college because it's just been nonstop issue after issue, and last semester was so bad. Teachers weren't showing up, and it kind of demotivated me to even continue in the program. But this semester, let me tell you, this semester, not only is it going to be stressful, but hey, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So Monday kind of got me down because class was canceled, and I was like, oh my gosh, I drove half an hour to school in a snowstorm without snow tires in Canada, which is absolutely insane. You shouldn't be doing that. Let's clean out my inventory. I do have snow tires. I just don't have them on my car, so it's really my fault. But anyways, I got to school. It was canceled. I went back home, and I was like, oh, man, this is a bad start to my already not wanting to go year. So I go on Tuesday. I've been hearing a few things. I've been hearing murmurs about this teacher that I have, and how kind of wacky he is. And I'm like, nah, that can't be true. Don't twist my Twizzlers at all. You guys are lying to me. But nope, everything was true. So I get to class, and he is what you expect a developer to look like. He's wearing a Unity shirt. He's got a cool, rad sense of humor. He's wearing Crocs and a wizard beard, and it's just it's totally what I picture a developer to look like, at least at that age. So we go to his class, and I've been hearing other rumors that he teaches his class barefooted, and I didn't see when he did this, but he kicked off the Crocs, and he's now barefooted, toe ring exposed, teaching the classroom in the room, and he's just walking around, and it was so distracting because I was just like, wow, he's either really comfortable or he does not believe in shoes or socks or anything for that matter. It is crazy. But it was fun. He's a good teacher, taught us a lot. We should have what I'm really excited about, and here's the most exciting thing. We're going to have 3 games. I'm going to be developing 3 games in that class by the end of the semester. Little mobile games, but you know what? That's 3 games. That's amazing. I've been hearing things here and there about the last semester and how kind of not so cool it was in the room if you were in 3rd year. But man, I 3 games. That's going to be crazy. I never would have thought of that. So I'm excited about that. Then the next class was game concepts. So we were all just coming up with ideas for games, and I'm going to rattle a few off. So the first one I came up with, it's called The General's Daughter. It's a 2D. Okay. So it's a 2D action game, kind of like Contra, right? But Okay, no buts. No buts. I'll just pitch it to you. Okay, so it's a 2D side scroller action game like Contra, where the general's daughter was kidnapped by the evil Cobra, a half man, half snake man who controls a snake army, and you've got to you got to reach the end of the level. You got to save the daughter of this general by like upgrading your weapons, and just like upgrading your own stats, and just getting to the end of the level and defeating the enemies. And at the end of it, you find out that it's actually your daughter. You are the general. You've just been suffering from amnesia. Oh, it was probably one of the better ideas we had. But that's pretty cool. That was one of them. The other one was like a poker brawler, where you're like, I didn't think of this one, but you're like in the cartel's poker tournament, and it turns into like a first-person punching game, which would really be hard to develop. But this guy wanted to pitch it, so I was like, okay, I'll write down your information. So you're in the cartel, you're playing poker for them for your life. There's no guns, so it's just a brawl. It turns into a brawler. And then the last one was like a mobile web-based game, which is, not my cup of tea, but some people like it, and it seems to be where the industry's kind of going. It was like go to Tim Hortons, and you got to like dodge like Canadian. I gotta make more stairs. You gotta dodge like winter things, so like ice and storms and moose and caribou and things like that, just to get your coffee in the morning, or you get fired. And you go and you upgrade your car and stuff, which is, what most web-based Facebook games do, I guess, these days. Anyway, it was fun. That class was amazing. It's just so many ideas just like started filtering out of my head. I was like, this is probably going to be the best class ever. And then I've got to develop like a game doc, which is kind of scary. I've got to come up with an actual game doc, propose it to the teachers. Do I have any more birch anywhere? I don't. Let's quickly see if I do in the base. So I've got to write this whole document and propose it to them, and that's kind of scary because they can shoot it down and tell me I have to go do it all over again, or pick one of the ones they have, which, I don't want to do that. I'd rather come up with my own idea, right? So that class was pretty fun. Then I had a Unity class, so we're really playing around with Unity. Unity is a free game engine. If you don't know what it is and you want to tinker around with it, you can go and download it for free for personal use. So we did that. Really fun. That's going to be another game, and I've got to. That's a class I actually have to come up with a final project game. So I've actually started writing down some ideas of a 2D platformer, not like the vein of Contra, not like General's Daughter, something a little bit more serious, something a little bit more, if I put it out, a little bit more fun, and then I would like it. So we're gonna go with that. So I hope I get to make that. I've got to pitch that one to the teacher as well. And this is a totally separate teacher from the toe ring wearing one. But I'm hoping it gets picked. All right, guys, let me quickly go get some birch, and then I'll bring you back and we'll continue on this build. And then I'm going to talk to you about, general stuff. So I'll see you soon. Welcome back, zombie. I'm going to kill you. All right, so let's get cracking on this house a little bit more. I've been talking a lot about college. The design of the roof is going to be similar to that. That's good. I like the way it kind of arches, but we're going to go right to the top here. I kind of want to put a little bit of a design quirk in the top of it. Not that many people would see it, but I'll know it's there. So I want to continue bringing this over like so, and then I want a lower level, maybe around it, I think. And that might look pretty neat. So let's go ahead with that. Let's make these slabs. I want to get a couple of these houses in. I think if we put like 4 or 5 of them along the pathway, like one here, maybe one there, and then a couple in the back, and then we can add some farms and stuff like that to the build. It'll just make the area look lived in, and that's my main goal. Is I like to make my builds look like the lived in. Because that's how weird I am. Let's bring this. Actually, you know what? That might be good. Let's quickly just do this, and then we'll kind of bring it down if we need to on the sides. Now this is similar to the structures I used to build in B-Builds, but if they used to be less arched, I would say, and more just straight up and over. This is a little bit more arched. This is going to be a giant window wall. So we'll actually start putting that in. I want to get that built. Let's get at least this in, that in, and then maybe the back structure, and then we're going to call it an episode. Now we don't need too much room in this because these structures won't actually be used. So we're just going to make believe fill them. I don't really need to have anything in this like storage or workbenches or anything like that. I just need them to look kind of cool and neat and something a little bit different on the side. So I think like that looks good. And then we're going to do some window pane. I want a nice big window here. We'll fill it. We'll mock it up, maybe put a chair in here, maybe a table so it looks like something is in here, but there's not actually, right? It's called make believe. There we go. That's great. Let's make some of these woods into planks right here, because these need to look like they're actually connected, I think. Yes, sir. Like that, for my own sanity there. And I'm thinking on the back side too, we gotta put like, no, not there, put on like these ones. I want to have one here. Just looks like it's connected. That's all. A little bit of a little added feature. Let's put some glass here so it's kind of like a skylight, and then just fill that in. That's kind of cool. It looks like a skylight you can see through. Awesome. Man, that's amazing, B. What are you doing? Okay, so we got that. Now, I usually fill this in. Let's fill... I'm wondering, maybe we use, like, wool. Maybe I'll replace this and put wool in. What does that look like? Is it too much birch? Yeah, a little bit too much birch. And there's, like, openings here. Let's get up. Let's quickly just pillar up here, fill that in. Just little fine details that now we got to work on. Maybe we'll do something like that. Right? And then we can work around the edge of the build right here and add it like so. Maybe that'll look kind of cool. Yeah, that looks neat. Okay, so let me go. I'm going to quickly collect some wool, and then I'm going to put some finer little touches, and we're going to call it an episode. I'll see you guys in a second. All right, guys, I messed with the sheep, but I also had something happen. So I want to talk to you guys. Maybe you guys will know because you guys are real smart. So my NVIDIA drivers keep crashing for some reason in Minecraft. Maybe they overheat. I'm not too sure. It just closes Minecraft, and it brings up like a little warning message from NVIDIA saying, hey, blah, 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 you've done something, and go install the drivers. But I've got most up-to-date drivers. Maybe I just need to do the NVIDIA experience. I'm not 100% sure. So let me know in the comment sections if you guys have any suggestions for that. It's really weird. I mean, I've got like 16 gigs of RAM on i7, so I don't know why it's oh, maybe we do have enough wool. I don't know why it's causing me issues. So we're gonna put the wool in here like that. Just give it a nice little front facade. Ooh, I don't know if I like that. It'll be hidden. We'll see how it looks. I might be happy with it. I haven't seen it completely done yet. It does look kind of weird, doesn't it? It does look kind of weird. We could put it all glass, which might look a little bit better. Yeah, I think so. I can do like something like this for the front. Or no, I can... How does that look? That looks weird too. You know what? Let's take this down. Let's put the wood in. Let's just finish up the structure. I can fiddle around with it to make it look a little bit better. Plus, I want to put fencing in to add a little bit more detail. Now, there we go. A little bit of a pathway. And then we're just going to take this one out. This stuff can stay. So 14. Boom. Okay. All right. There we go. Very good. Very good. Okay. We want a little bit of fencing to add some detail to the top of the structure. So we're going to do some sticks. Yeah, that's not the stuff I need. I need this stuff. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. And how do you make the things now? You make them like this, right? Yeah, that's a fence. I need, let's get 12. I think 24. 24 fences should be enough. I don't think I'm going to put them everywhere. But since they're darker, they will add a bit of detail to the build. So I do like that. Looks kind of neat. And we have some slabs we can also add, so it's not like a, yep, just like there and there. We can kind of just play around with adding blocks in certain places. Just add a little bit more detail. It kind of looks like a hot mess. But I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna roll with it. We'll see what I come up with. If I like it at the end of the day, that's all that matters, right? And I gotta bring that all the way across, which I didn't do. And maybe it'll look better from afar. It's one of those buildings. It's like, hey, you look way better from afar. Don't go up close to that thing, because it looks like a hot garbage mess. Okay. Put a slab, just go right there. And like that. How far does it go? It locks up to the other one. Okay. Wait a second. Wait a second. You're not making any sense. Because you're not in the right place. It's not that far out. Okay. So it's like this. Boom. Yeah. Okay. So we'll take this tree out of it. This tree will make it look a little bit nicer. And then we'll just continue on the little fine details. Here. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. I think I like it. I think, you know what? It's winning me over. It's a nice little, it's just a little building. Little dullet. Out in the corner here. Yeah, you know what? I like that. It's a little modern, a little bit maybe less like the buildings that are the building that's around it, but this has to be upside down stair. Let's quickly do this, and then we're gonna call it an episode, guys. That one has got to be. That one's got to be a step. No, that's too much. We'll just take that out and leave it the way it was. Like that. Or I think it's like that. Kind of like seeing a little bit of the arch. Yeah, it looks good. Why was there two on that side? I think that goes out and that goes in. That looks better. Cool. All right, guys. Thank you so much for the support on the TimeShot episode. Remember, if you do enjoy it, consider slapping that like button. We did a little bit of house. We got to do a little bit more work on it. I think adding a chimney will do a lot, and potentially adding a little bit of a floor. So if people are right here, they look in and it looks like it's being used, right? Anyway, guys, thanks a lot. I'll see you next time on TimeShot. Bye-bye.